Welcome to Blog to Your Talent. This is lesson 30, and we are on the topic of new blogger mistakes. One of the mistakes you can do as a new blogger is to make posts that are too long. This is an easy mistake because when you discover something that you are finally excited about, that you can write on a regular basis, you start becoming very verbose. That means you like writing about it, which is good. I want you to write a lot about your topic, but you got to be careful about not putting too much information in one post. And the main reason for that is because when people are coming to a blog post, they are hoping to find a bite-sized amount of information and not something that's going to be as long as a book or an essay. So there are limits on a blog as to what you can do as far as the length is concerned. Yes, you can write a very long essay and put it on your blog post, but the people coming there will probably not come back.
They'll lose and that's because they'll lose interest unless it's so packed with information. But then even then, they don't have a lot of time, or for various reasons, depending on the type of blog that you have.
Right, and there is a place for essays and there is a place for long books, but blogging is not the place to put it in. And so what you have to think that what you are doing in blogging for your readers is that you are giving them value by making it small enough for them to quickly take a look at when they get back from work or they're going between classes. They can take a look at your blog, get some useful information in a very easy way because you've taken the time to summarize it in a way that they can understand. So what would you say has been the biggest advantage of our children reading bloggers and then writing their own blog posts? Now here I'm talking about the pattern that they have found for their own blog posts.
I think what's been exciting to see is really it depends on the talent that they're developing in their own pattern. Like our little chef is going to have he's going to talk a lot more about his experiences, and what I usually try to encourage him to do is we might have an event to bake something for, so he's going to do a little bit of research on the type of recipe that he's going to try out, and then he's going to try the recipe, and then later he'll blog about it, and I give him specific guidelines with that. So his kind of blog post will look different. Sometimes the blog post includes the actual recipe, and in his case he hasn't done a lot of video, but it could also include a video, a how-to. And then in another case, our son, who is doing a little bit more of the computer programming, his is very much following the pattern. He might take a screenshot of something that he's doing and then talks about it in just maybe 2 sentences, and then another screenshot. So he's kind of explaining what he's doing as he goes along. And so somebody coming to that blog post will easily be able to know what it's about. They can try it at home if they want to. So there's, depending on your talent and depending on the blogs that you follow, and you're seeing what those bloggers are doing, so you might do something very different than somebody else in your own household if they're also blogging.
Yeah, and I think to bring up the point here to the people who are listening is that the one son who is interested in baking and cooking, he's got some other skills, but this particular blog is about mostly baking, what he's doing. But he's much younger than 12, and so he needs a lot more direction as to how he's going to get some blog posts. And his blog posts are very short, and that's okay because he's younger. Now, the other son who's into programming, his blog posts are much more professional looking, and this is where this is what's important, because it's going to be part of your take action. Is the reason why his blog posts look so good is that he's gotten used. He has his favorite people that he follows. These are adult people who are very good in the field that he's interested in, and he's assimilated a bit of their pattern. And the people he follows typically will have some explanation of what they're trying to do, and then they will actually show the raw code in a few sentences, not very much, and then they'll give about 2 to 3 screenshots. So it's a very good format for that type of talent. That won't fit other talents.
Right.
And so what he's done is he started copying them. He's careful not to put too much code at one time because it would overwhelm people, but some code, some personal explanation, a little humor in there, and 2 or 3 screenshots, and he's followed this pattern. Works very well. So this leads me to what I'd like you to do today for this lesson is I want you to look at 1 or 2 of your favorite bloggers that you like to follow in your field of talent. and I want you to count the number of sentences in there. And based on that average number of sentences, I want you to copy that in your own blogging
Copy
day to
the
day.
number of sentences, don't copy the text.
Don't copy the text, right? Copy the number.
Just to
So
clarify
if
that.
they write about 30 sentences, or then try to aim for 30 sentences in your blog post. If it's 12 sentences, try to aim for 12 sentences. Remember, the goal is not to try to make it as long or as short as possible. In this case, you want to try to copy people who are already way more advanced in your field of talent. And they found the right number of sentences that the readers are comfortable with. So copy that. By the way, it's the same thing for you if your field of talent is much more visual. So it's much more about filming what you're doing. Obviously, if you're a singer or a musician, chances are the people are going to want to see you singing or playing your musical instruments. So it's going to be
visual.
much more. Yeah, it's going to be much more visual. Video, it's the same thing. So it might be a length of the video, or if it's more about photography, the number of photos in a blog post. So you use your brain here in this case and look at the type of talent that's demanding that. So that's what I want you to do, is take action, look at your favorite bloggers, count the number of sentences, number of videos or pictures, and copy them. It's going to get you to the front of the pack very quickly for your age group. So that's a good way to do that. So what I'd like you to do is find again your favorite blogger, and if you don't have one, please do that. Try to get 2 or 3 of them at least going, and follow them by email. So anyways, until next time, happy blogging.
Happy blogging.